This is Mary from Home Sweet Home Creations, and I'm here to encourage you to use your creativity to make your home sweet home, through cooking, through crafting, through decorating, and table setting, if that's something that you want to try or you enjoy doing. Today I'm going to be doing some crafts for Mother's Day, or just for yourself if you want neat coasters for your tables or in your home and you want to do something different and fun. This particular coaster that I'm making today is made with that same material that I made the flags, the banners with when I did that class for you at showing you how that works. And this was some of the ones that I showed you, this shape, and then there's also the longer ones like this. Okay, and I was showing you when we did that class. This one is this is the material that I use to bring the material together. It's iron-on material and you just iron on. Both sides are sticky when you iron it, but it is thicker than some. Like what I'm using today is just it's actually a hemming material for putting on it's iron-on, sticky on both sides also. But this one comes in different sizes, so you can see this one is about maybe 1/4 of an inch or so, maybe a little bit bigger. And this one is more like a 1/2 inch, maybe an inch, yeah. So it actually, I've used it before on, it works well for like putting ribbon on material or something that you don't want to have to sew through. And you can use your sewing machine if you have one to do some of these things, but if you don't and you just want to try something crafty, and you can try this way. So what I did was I made a circle out of this material first, the size of the coaster I wanted. And then I cut out 2 pieces of material that same size. So you could use this actually, any ribbon thing, as your pattern. If you don't have something else, you can find anything that's round to make your pattern. So if you're going to use this, you're going to just draw out your circle, cut it out, and then do it the same thing with your material. Okay. So then you're going to take your material and you're going to iron on the material on both sides. I'm going to show you one of these because I think I'm going to try a different thing with these. Because the ribbon that I'm using is a little bit narrow for what I wanted to do, so I kind of am learning that next time I would want to use the wider ribbon on this, because it's a lot easier to get around the edges and then iron on both sides, where this thinner ribbon was very hard to do that. And so I'm kind of fixing that now. But so this is you can use different patterns on both sides and try and match your color just for so that whichever side you're using in your home, if you like black and red ladybugs, that's what this one is. And so this side, it has this pattern, and this has the same colors but more no specific pattern in there. So I put those together and I ironed them already. Okay. And then you would take your ribbon, and like I said, the thinner ribbon that I had was too thin. There's my dog again. And so this ribbon would work better because we're going to take this. Whoop, this one is not open yet. So you would take this and we would put it next to this ribbon so that it was matching up. Now this one is a little bit wider, so I will have to cut it down just a bit. Okay, to get the stickies not having overflowing out the side. See how that's hanging over? The thing that happens with this is if you get it overhanging and you're using your iron, I always use a cloth over the top of it so you don't get the stickies on your iron. I used to keep one iron for the stickies and one for clothes, regular clothes. But now I just make sure that I cover the material that I'm ironing. So if it sticks, it's going to stick to something else that doesn't matter instead of to my iron. Okay, so the one that I'm doing right now is this one here. Now I took that one, I had pinned it all the way around, okay, which wasn't easy. Like I said, if it was a wider yarn or ribbon, it would have been way easier. So anyways, this one has two different sides. It has the flower blue side and then it has the polka dot pink side. Okay, so I tried to do that anyways, to pin it. And then I went in and I ironed the edges, okay. Now, like I said, the bigger one would work better. So on this side, I added these beads here around the edge. I think you could see that pretty good. And so you could do these however you want, like decorate them up any way you want. You could even add another set of beads there. This side, I'm going to be putting like a little ribbon design from the center of that down. And I have it all laid out with the stickies under it. And now I'm just going to iron it onto where I want it to lay. And I do have to do one thing. I have a safety type iron. Oh. So mine shuts off after so long, so I have to get it going again here because I've been okay. So it's good to have something like that if you have kids around, because I don't know about you, but I have left my iron on and come back and been like, oh, I forgot about it. But this one shuts off more often than I wanted to, because sometimes I'm working on something and I go back to iron and it's cold. But it's still a good safety thing for your house, so you don't want to burn anything. So on the beads that I put on here, I used a hot glue gun for that because it worked pretty well, just to tack those beads around the edge. Okay. So then I'm going to go ahead and iron this ribbon where I have it, where I want it. Hopefully my iron heated up enough. And then you're just going to press down and let it heat that ribbon up and the sticky on the other sides. I wish I could remember the name of it. I just had it. This one is called Heat Bond. Here it is. Heat Bond Hem Adhesive. So this is a iron-on adhesive. And it's made for no sewing or projects like this. And the other one comes on a roll, the big thick one. You find it where you find any of your lining materials. And it is also made, that is also used for making the boxes and the fabric bowls that I showed you once before also. Okay, so once you know it's gotten pretty good and hot, you let it cool off a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to go back and tack this a little more now that I heated that up. It's wanting to, I heated up that a little too much on this side. So that would probably be a good thing too. Don't put your beads on till last, because then the heat of the iron gets that side all hot. And it comes a little bit apart then. I think it was just right there. Okay, so now we should be done. Unless you wanted to do more to it, you could. Just depends on how much you want to get going on one coaster. You could add beads there, or you could just, this side is the flat side. This side has the beads, so it's not as flat, but you could still lay it down as a coaster. Just stands up a little bit onto the table. And then this side is flat. So whatever you decide that you would like on there, that's going to make it your own, and your, use your creativity with what you have around. I've seen some people doing something that I really want to try one of these days, and that's putting on, taking your old jewelry that's just tucked away, beads, things that are broken, old earrings, all sorts of things, and they design actual picture with that. So yeah, you might as well use it up and make something beautiful out of it. So one of these days I'm going to try that. So for these ladybug ones, I don't have the right size ribbon to make these ones bigger now, but I do have the white or red for these ladybugs ones. So I'm going to change that so it makes it easier. And then I also wanted to show you some of this material here I have is going to become placemats or napkins. So these were remnants I found in the fabric store. This one's really cute because it's, I see it, it's little bicycles with flowers and little pitchers, pails, and little rubber boots. There's all sorts of things going on in there, but it's so cute and summery. And I have a brother-in-law that builds bikes, and they have the cutest bike in front of their house that looks almost like this. So hopefully I'll be doing something for her. I don't know if I can get it done by Mother's Day, but these remnants are fun because even if you don't know what you're going to use it for, but you like it, it's enough usually to do something like this, or placemats, napkin. So it just depends. If you're doing something where you have a pattern, you need a certain amount of material, then you're going to purchase it for that. But if you're just doing something like crafty or something smaller for a table setting thing, these are pretty handy to grab. So this one has flamingos on it, and this one has little kitty cats, all different colored kitty cats on it. So I'm going to do that with that. And then I wanted to show you with these coasters, I've been working on some things that I haven't finished yet, so that's what you get to see today. So with those coasters, this is a placemat. So it's made with the same material that I did all of these with, And you put that, you make it the size you want, cut that out, and then you pick your material just like we did the coasters, only these are bigger. Okay, and then you can add, it's so much bigger, you can add lots of things, like, and you could do that with your coaster, make a smaller circle or something. But I just added this circle for color on this side, and then the ribbon through it. I don't think I'm done with these, but this side I put a ribbon through. And on this, I went on my sewing machine and I did all the way around. And it takes a lot to get that to cover this way. Sergers work a lot better. Sergers are awesome. They go and they make this kind of edge very easily. And you can use lots of different colors. My mother-in-law has one, and she does some awesome things with hers. And so you can do it with your regular sewing machine, or if you don't have a sewing machine, you can do the same thing we just did with the coasters along the edge. Okay, you could do the same thing with the adhesive bond. These ones, put ribbon or use your glue gun and add on some beads. Okay, so that's one. This is what it looks like before you do anything. The edge, see, needs to be finished with something, so that's why I chose the ribbon for that on the coasters. If you have a sewing machine, you can use it. These are my circles that I made. I did this color on that side, and this side I haven't done yet. This is going to be for the ladybug one here. I'm going to put that on each side of that. So I have them all ready to do. I just have to finish them now. And if you have, like, 4 is a good number for, 3, 4 for most people. If they're just a couple, but if they're a big family, then they're going to probably have need more place settings. Then you can mix them up too, mix and match them. These are for the bowls and the boxes that you can make with this same material. I'll show you that book. And then you can also make square placemats. That's what these are going to be. I have the same color on both sides, and then the little square that's going to go in the middle. So you can do all sorts of things with this. It makes it kind of fun to try. If you're not somebody who sews or has done a lot of that, these kind of things are fun, crafty things to do, and it doesn't take a lot of money to go. You don't have to go buy a sewing machine or go, find somebody else who has one. You can do this type of crafting, and it looks just as nice. But this is the fabric bowl book that I told you about to make those fabric bowls that I showed you before. I think I posted on my Facebook page. And then there's also, this book is the box, the fabric boxes. These are harder than these, but both of them take a sewing machine, because you're taking these and sewing them together. So it would be hard to do by hand because the material is the same, stiffer material in between, and to get a needle through that by hand, it would be hard to do. But if you have a sewing machine and you want to take the challenge to do something really creative, you could find these books in the fabric stores and try something different. You might be able to find them online also. There is patterns inside. Like this is the Hexagon Pattern, and it shows you all the different sizes. Whoops, let's see. Burn myself on the iron. Shows you different sizes that you can make with that. Okay. And then there's the same in the, they don't have, I don't think they have everyone in here, I'm not sure. This one is for the bowls, and I made that from, well, just a stiff piece of construction paper, so you can make your own pattern. This is the smaller pattern I made to put in the center of the ball. Okay, so I hope you try it and be creative. Maybe make something for Mother's Day for yourself or your grandma or your mom, or your friends that are moms. It's always fun to do stuff for them, and you know, you could do other things like make a little basket of goodies, make some candies or cookies, or throw in some flowers. There's so much you could do. So anyways, go check out my Facebook page and Instagram. I have videos, and my website is on my Facebook page, so you can go check that out. I'm not quite, still working on some of this stuff. And I will see you soon and show you some more new stuff. And I will be starting a parenting class down the road. I'm not exactly sure what the date is, but if you know anyone that is needing maybe just some ideas and some way to evaluate your own parenting style and maybe looking for something different to do, I will be doing that down the road here. So you could get the word out, or if it's yourself, just keep looking for how to sign up for that. Okay, have a good day. Okay, I just wanted to come back real quick and show you those bowls that we were talking about, how those were made. So you can see where the seams are, they're sewn together. I added the little fringe afterwards with the same bonding adhesive that we use today for the, because that's just it's like a ribbon with little tassels on it. And then I also added different color on the inside and the outside of it. Okay, so these are those bowls I was talking about. Here's another version of it. Same kind of thing. I sewed around the edges and then added that little ribbon with the tassel things. This is, I think, the very first one I made. It's full of stuff right now, but it is just a different shape. It's a taller one. And then there's this one that I also made with a little bit of tassels on the outside, the bottom, and the inside. Okay, all right, I just wanted to show you some samples of that. Okay, have a great day and enjoy your Mother's Day, all you mothers out there, and all the people who love mothers. Do stuff for them.